All right, now everybody on your best behavior because it's gonna be posted on the internet later. But what's up, family? What's happening, yo? For those of you who do not know me, my name is Cesar Rivera, aka C the God, as the backdrop says behind me. And it's really dope, yo. Today was a phenomenal milestone, kind of groundbreaking day. If y'all could really see, if y'all can figure it out from the chats, yes. I did also post about it. I was able to not only pass phase 1 and phase 2 of an FTMO account, but now officially secured. Got the notification, paperwork is underway. But yes, 100K funded secured. You know, that's crazy because it's one thing to, just kind of go about the charts, analyzing, understanding your own analysis, your own moods, waves of the emotions, the markets, etc. But it's a whole other thing when you just stare at your MetaTrader and you see it like there's no more demo, there's no more, trial, challenge, verification. It's just live. And it's so wild. So yeah, I'm so happy and grateful. Yeah, I appreciate every single one of y'all because it is with my absolute privilege. Y'all don't understand. Doing these calls every single week, having you guys tapped in, locked in, ready to just go ahead and learn together, to grow together, it really does something to me because now I genuinely have to have the best material ready for y'all, right? So it's not only, the best theories, but it's also the best, I guess you could say, results, right? I do go back and do show you guys the actual trades I took and why we got in there, right? So, yo, I'm excited for today. If y'all excited, let's go ahead. Let's get straight into the sauce. In all honesty, I'm gonna go over like really just three trades overall, but two currencies because that's all I took this week, and like that's all you needed. But yo, if you're excited like me, let's go ahead. Let's drop some 777s in the chat. How? Oh wait, I'm already sharing my screen. No, I'm not. Boom. All right, cool. We're gonna get rid of this one, and then I'm actually posting a breakdown later. Cool. Let's go ahead and let's get into the sauce. Earlier this week, and you could tell I was literally setting this up for an IG post. Oh damn. Jeez, let's roll the sevens here. Y'all really tuned in, locked in. I love it. I love it. Let's get it. Let me just go ahead and clean up. I was literally getting ready to post this, but so there's a lot of just mic off in here. Cool. Let's go over the one from earlier this week. This was news from yesterday that technically price is still running from, but I did close out right before the 2 o'clock news. Let's go ahead and break this one down first. Earlier in the week, it was on Monday. I did remember Nas was playing out really nicely throughout the week. So we can really go ahead right now. You really have to understand what, and I love when people ask me, see, at what point do I start when I do my top down analysis? And when you say top down, you really have to understand what that means. You have to start from a higher point within the market, the top, and then work your way down until an adequate point within the market that you deem appropriate, right? So what I love to do is I love to find higher time frame liquidities. And this is the 1 hour, right? You can easily just go to the daily. Let me get rid of this candle, right? Because that was Monday. And as you can see, right, there was a bit of equal highs that price did leave the prior week. So we automatically have a higher end target. Plus, kind of zoomed out to the weekly, right? We do have an institutional candle, some equal more highs, right? So there's a lot more incentive for Nas to just keep jumping out the gym, right? Now, if you've been following Nas for the last 3 weeks, you really do understand that it just has literally been going up, like has not retraced at all. So it's kind of crazy, right? But hey, we're not here to change the market. We're here to flow with it, right? Actually, let me go ahead and pop up fucking the Pluto. No, dead ass. Like jumping out the gym is stupid, but once you just understand that where's liquidity and where the NAS can just keep going and going, like, bro, just ride the wave until it changes. Keep riding with it, right? So that's what we went ahead and saw. Let's go ahead and break that down towards New York Open. Which I assume was all the way over here. Yes, right. So let's go ahead. Now, this was Friday, Sunday, Monday. Let me just mark that. Monday, whatever. London, Monday. So let's build up to there. Cool. Right. So now we are in Monday. We're going to go ahead towards New York Open. I'm just going to label that 9:30, even though it's 9. Don't kill me. Cool. So what do we see here? Right. Price. Let's play it out a little more. Cool. So let's say you're waking up, right? You're getting to New York Open. That's the time you trade. That's when I typically like to go ahead, right? Living on the East Coast, I love to trade anywhere from 9:30 all the way up until noon time. Done for the day. That's all the, all the time I need within these markets. Now, when I went ahead and woke up and was looking at NASDAQ, what we saw from a higher time frame standpoint, right, whether it was a daily or breaking down just the hourly, is you can see not only we have equal highs that is potentially able to get swept, weekly levels that can be tapped into, but also reading order flow up until this point, we can go ahead and see, right, always look, begin left because the left creates, the right fulfills. So what happens? We have a high to a low to a high to the low, right, comes back up, internal high, breaks lower. What do? We come back up, we break the internal high, but respect the higher high, right? The true range is high. Now, what has to happen is in order for this overall trading range from this high to this low, one of them has to be invalidated, right? Now, the market hasn't invalidated that range yet, but what it has invalidated is the internal structure, right? So the internal is the hint that gives us the prediction or the probability as to what price can now do going forward. So what we see here is if this was our internal higher low that was then broken and market then created a higher high, right? We now see price is potentially getting ready to continue in bullish momentum. Now, if we go ahead and look at how we got there, right? Here's the high that was broken. Well, just look at the market itself. Here's a low into a high, into a low, higher low, right? Comes back, mitigates this candle, creates that higher high, break a structure, respecting, right? Leaving liquidity for equal highs. What does price do after? Comes back, mitigates, questionable institutional candle. I call that an ugly candle, but understanding order flow, this was a low, high, low, break above high, come back, right? So higher low, higher low, higher low. What does price then go on and do? Goes above, doesn't create a higher high, but does respect, I believe it was a smaller time frame, probably 30, 15 minute, right? Institutional candle imbalance taps in, and we break that internal lower high to again create a higher high, right? So price, although, and then understanding where we were at this point, it was like Asian range. Asian range is creating liquidity. London is confirming bullish momentum. New York should be that confirmation. So what do we have? We have an hourly higher low, hourly institutional candle that in theory should then be played into. Cool. Let's go on down to the 1 minute. For lows, right? All right, cool. So awesome. Let's go. We're gonna go ahead and let price play out. New York Open was not there. It was here, right? There's New York Open. So let's go ahead and just let her play out, right? So remember, this zone right here, this top one, that's the hourly institutional that we're waiting for. That is where price should, in theory, in probability, mitigate, right? Come in, retrace, mitigate, and then look to create a higher low. Now, you can play this a few different ways. If you just love to swing trade, if you trust your analysis off rip and you don't need a lower time frame confirmation, you can go ahead and just set that, 1 hour buy limit in this theory, in this example. For me personally, because of the volatility, understanding where we are within our New York session and with indices, I like to just wait for a smaller time frame confirmation within a higher time frame POI. Now, this can give you phenomenal risk to reward scenarios. So instead of playing a 3-to-1 on the 1 hour time frame, you could potentially be playing like a 6-to-1 on a 1 minute time frame. And so, or 5 minute, right? So let's go ahead. New York Open does activate, right? And look at all this validity. It's just going crazy, right? Nas is getting ready to jump out the gym one way or the other. But we attract our trades, right? We don't chase. We don't get, crazy. We have a target where price needs to come into, not because, and this is where a lot of people get hung up, not because price has to come here because this is smart money, right? This is what my rules say. This is what the strategy says. Bounce back says this. TradeHouse says this, X, Y, Z. It is because understanding this is where my trade is the highest probable to go in my favor, right? So many traders, we look to, okay, well, if market if smart money has to do, let's say, mitigation in the institutional candle, then why is the market only coming into an imbalance and then running off with orders, right? You have to understand that smart money will play it to your advantage, your style, right? Your way. Some people love to play imbalances over institutional candles. For me, right? So they could have probably gotten somewhere in here, no problem. Bang a quick 3-to-1, congratulations, right? It's all, you can make money so many ways within this market, and I love it. But for, for people who deal with FOMO, who might deal with the stress of watching prices literally for 35 minutes, just play around above our higher point of POI, or higher time frame POI, right? This is where you have to attract the trade, not chase it. Don't just see, well, price is reacting way above. Fuck it, let me just get in. I can't let it run off without me, right? So once we see price started to come in, taps once, taps twice, what I'm now looking for is an accumulation Wyckoff schematic. Now, this goes in depth, really in depth with smart money, right? I love to just play the literal outprint of Wyckoff. Boom, right? Something A through E kind of pattern. Now, you do not have to play that. What you should be recognizing, though, is what is the market order flow and when is the break of structure to now show bullish momentum, right? Here's a low to a high to a low. Price should, in theory, break this high, right, for us to then continue higher. What does price do? It breaks above. Is it ready, though? Right? Some people may rush into this trade right here. Me playing smart money, or me playing Wyckoff in absolute, detail. I wanted it to come just a little lower, right? At least one more time. And we do get that, right? Breaking above, below this low. So, right, a lot of people just see low, high, low, break a structure. Okay, let's get in, right? Not waiting for true confirmation. You see what happens, maybe a 3-to-1, 4-to-1, whatever, get clapped, right? Now you're huffing and puffing. Now your next trade, you have to deal with that confidence issue. Should I over leverage to get my money back? Should I under leverage because now I'm kind of scared that I lost a trade, right? Make it a system. So what happens here? Nas goes ahead, gives us a low, 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 right? Higher low, which is actually really dope because you can quite literally see here, right? Low, higher low, but right, gave us a lower low, low. Now after this ST and phase B, or that second, third low, now we could potentially see a reversal. And what does market tend to give us? After that third low, higher low, okay, there could be a potential reversal, right? Price comes in. So I was aiming now, right? Price broke above our last high, low, break of structure, higher, high. So I was waiting for price to come in and play this institutional candle on the body. I personally love playing bodies. I know traders who play the wicks. I know traders who play 50% of the institutional candle, and traders who don't even play institutional candles. They play other, confirmations, smart money. It's up to you. Make this personal. Attract your trade. Don't copy and paste someone else's trade, right? Aim for the body. What did price do? It started to run off without me, right? Now, this is where price, the mindset comes in. Okay, should I chase in? Should I just, fix my lot size? And now I should just enter all the way up here. Stop loss still at the same, right? A lot of crazy stuff. Now, this 5-to-1 literally just went to a 1.3, right, to 1, if you would have chased that. But understanding, right, where we are within structure and everything, okay, right, Wyckoff, low to a higher low to a higher low, create that high. We should retrace one more. Let me pull that up, right? Low into a higher low into the high. We should retrace into one more area before phase E schematic, or just shoot off, right? Jumping out the gym. What happens? Price, I think I missed this one. Yes, right, because I was aiming for the body, and I was so pissed. Y'all don't understand. I was so pissed, but it's okay because we read order flow and we attract our trades. What's the next move? Low, break above high. Where does it come back into? Here's our last. I think I just got in. I'll say at this point, low below the low, though. That's okay. Lowest low here, breaks above high. This is our new trading range. Low, high, price comes back in. I think I just looked like 50%. I was like, I know where it's going. And now that's the wrong mindset. You never know where price is going. But I knew where price was going. And then from there, right, I think we played around in here a little bit. Yeah, almost get stopped out. Oh, wait. Yeah, almost got stopped out, ran above, right, trailed stop loss all the way up here. Got trailed out. Price came back. It did mitigate a 5-minute imbalance. So that's why it's always good to recognize where you are, right? And let me actually get rid of all this. Boom. 5-minute institutional candle. That price did kind of leave above, didn't really mitigate into, kind of left a very small imbalance, but price after breaking above did come back, mitigate the institutional candle, right? So that was the genuine play. This was just a trail stop loss play, hence why, you know, SL's up here. And then from there, right, just reading the order flow, low to higher low, low to higher low, low to higher low, breaker structures where's the institutional candle, right? Price then did proceed to run, yeah, all the way into that weekly, right? And granted, it just kept going. It really, like, I could have really held this if I had a better target, but you know, happy and grateful, right? Damn near 10 to 1, just right there. But happy and grateful, right? 5 to 1 or 6 to 1 secured, aiming for the weekly target, phenomenal. So literally that's all it just needs to be, is smart money is literally just recognizing the order flow within the market, order flow of the banks, or manipulation of where price can then go ahead and target, right? So let's go ahead, let's fast forward to the this one over here. 8:30 is news. So let's go fast forward. Also, any questions, make sure to drop it in the chat, or just go ahead and unmute yourselves. Did yes just say to FOMO and Naz? Nah, never. He said make it personal, that 1-to-1. Hey, a win's a win, not facts. So let's go ahead. Cool. Oh wait, I skipped way too ahead. Let's go here. Cool. Let's go to the 5-minute. I wonder what's gonna show. Okay. I gotta delete this real quick. Cool. All right. So right, where is, I know there was 8:30 candle around here. Cool. So that's our 8:30 candle. That's when news was for I forgot what news it was the other day, but right, news happened. So we're gonna go ahead, play it out, right? And boom. Price. Oh shit. Stop. What is happening? Cool. Whenever I get rid of some tabs. Cool. So price at 8:30, right where market release news, it went ahead and created some kind of manipulation. What we're able to see again from a higher standpoint is that news cycle was able to create an institutional candle, ran down, sweeping some kind of internal liquidity, maybe tapping into this 1 hourly imbalance, but really creating a new trading range to the upside, right? Continuations. So my curious thought was, shouldn't we then be able to come back into this 1 hour POI during New York session, since that's in an hour, right? Hour after 8:30, and get a phenomenal play to go ahead and continue buys to the upside, since, you know, Naz has literally been jumping out the gym for the last 3 weeks. So we can go ahead and actually see that play out. Where is, I assume 8:30 is over here. 8:30 is right. Okay, a little before. Or 9:30, sorry. So cool. So we're gonna go ahead, right? We're gonna track our trade. Now, mind you, Naz is running to the upside, right? 9:30 is right here. Some people are just looking to chase into this. You attract your trade. You attract your setup every time. Price is gonna go ahead, boom. So now it comes into that 1 hour POI. This blue marker was that 1 hour body, right? That 1 hour institutional candle body. You have to remember, sometimes price, as smart money, is literally meant to be manipulated, tag you out, and then run in your direction. That does not mean you were wrong in any way. All that means is price was manipulated by good old Mr. Morgan, right? JP Morgan. And that's okay, but we have to be aware of it. And sometimes that's why patience pays. Let me delete this. Cool. So we see price does start to come into a low, high, low, right? Low, high, low, runs back, mitigates, creates from a high to a lower high. Price then starts to play around a little bit. Low, high, plays around. Higher high, lower high, lower high, lower low. Low, high, low. Awesome. What we go ahead and do, we then go ahead and tag out the buyers who set any kind of buy limits for this hourly buy. Why? It's not because the analysis is wrong. It's not because the understanding of order flow is wrong. It was simply because of manipulation from the markets. So what do we go ahead and do is, well, at this point, this is a very phenomenal point to get in. And it even talks about it here, right? The spring, let's see. Springs or shakeouts usually occur late within a trading range and allows players to make a definite test of available supply, right? A spring takes price below the low of the trading range, so below your stop loss, and then reverses to close within the trading range. Wyckoff literally talks about this, right? So that's exactly what happened. Price goes up below to then start coming back above within, right, that range. So you weren't wrong. It was just manipulated. What do? We go from a low to a higher low, low, high, higher low, break a structure, higher high. Here's the overall down range, our last natural push down before price is then broken back to the upside. Low, high, higher low, higher high, break a structure. What do we see? Let's go ahead. Price starts running off. Don't freak out. Attract your trade. If it doesn't play you, okay. It didn't play your trade, your scenario, your high probability edge within the market. Price comes back. Activo. What do? We play in a little deeper. We do play into that 1 minute institutional candle itself, right? So that would have been the super snap right there. And then from there, right, we just create low, higher low, higher low, higher high. And I was actually looking to re-enter on that, but I didn't. Right, and the just rest is history. So boom, right? Just understanding order flow, market structure, trends, things like that, right? And sticking to it, no FOMOing, no fear, just understanding your trade, your scenarios, your probabilities, and just take it from there, right? So that was NAS. Eventually it did run all the way. I'm pretty sure I think to TP. I don't know. Oh no, that's when I closed out early because my equity said I'm good. So cool, right? That's what, just hopefully you guys got some sauce from that. Learned a little bit from there. That is, how you really could just bring it down to a fundamental and systematic standpoint of trading, right? There's a cross off your checklist. Right? Even there's a literal trading checklist from Sonar Labs, right? For free. You could look it up and add your own, your checklist on your screen so you can see, okay, is it marking off every single one, right? So cool. Let's get to this chart. So that's enough of that. Enough reviewing. It's really just gonna see it in person. So cool. Let's go ahead and look at DXY. DXY is just dropping. Literally just dropping. Okay, hold on. 1 second, family. Okay, cool. Indication is fire. I swear. Cool. Yeah. Dollar is literally dropping. I would love to see just continued drops. We did break below here. Price looking to accumulate probably into one of these two candles. Let's go in a little deeper. USD CHF sells. Bet, Kev. Say that. Throwing the rent on it. Honestly, yeah. If dollar might retrace, since it really didn't today. So usually Wednesday reversals are a thing, but at the same time, if Wednesday doesn't, shout out to V for Valentino because he really confirmed this theory for me. Wednesday reversals can be a thing, but at the same time, when it doesn't happen on Wednesday, it's very likely and probable to play on Thursday. So I do think we will get some kind of retracement here. Should be some kind of highs playing into this imbalanced institutional candle of the dollar before continuing lower, right? So I think, if anything, London will definitely play into it, especially because we did come in and sweep those kind of equal lows, right? So price literally will come down, sweep, accumulate, sweep here, mitigate some point within here before distribution. That would be a very high probable scenario, especially because around this range is the daily institutional or daily candle as well, right? So yeah, I do like that overall. I do think we could sweep this. Could be wrong though, right? I do have two USD candles or charts. Just helps me with a little more understanding, but yeah, that internal, this like kind of middle pivot range point does look a little more liquidity than higher, but I could be wrong. So USD CHF sells. I think long term would play out actually very much so. Could be wrong, right? We could just literally mitigate into here, right? Why? Well, high, low, low, high, low, break above high, then create lower low, right? And then so right, like that makes sense. Just ignore that one. Right, like this order flow does make sense to just continue. It could just continue bearish from here, right? But I do think US dollar can continue a little more higher. So let's just run with that. Let's run with that thesis. So let's check it out. EU. What happened here? Oh wait, I can actually get rid of this now. Cool. So EU did go ahead, sweep some dailies. Sweeped. Could like we could drop down into something to mitigate before continuing back to the upside. Maybe this 8-hour institutional. Right. Just because price did low, high, low, high, low, high, higher, low, higher, high. Right. So that would make the best sense of in terms of order flow. In the immediate. Right. And yeah, the more we go down the time frames, the more I do like it just because we did sweep all these internal and liquidity range lows before then bringing to the upside and going higher. I did get clapped on this one. I did not take this one. Kind of mad about that. Right. So I do think we could respect this, but at the same time, we do have more of this to fill and a lower POI. So kind of iffy on this, but EU overall could continue bullish from this. Yeah, from honestly that 30-minute. Something like that. I'll need an imbalance to really confirm this. And there's no real imbalance. A bit of an imbalance. Bit of an imbalance, but not really. Yeah. So honestly, if there's no real imbalance along with an institutional candle, it does kind of to me always feel like more high probable for it just get ran through rather than respected. But because honestly, imbalances are kind of very key. But since we are, we do understand that price has a extremely high probability of at least coming into that zone. Now, whether breaking below or respecting it, that's up to the market itself. We could then, in theory, right, respect this high, low, lower high, aiming for a lower low, or we could come back into here during London and break into the bottom, right? I think that would be a great, little ping pong action play, or at least catch the ping instead of just getting clapped on the pong, Did it break above? No, yeah, high, lower high. So I think that could be high probable. We'll see. Cool. And you. I gotta get rid of some of these drawings. Hold on, let me do this. Yes. Yes. Cool. Right, we did go ahead and we did fill a 4 1-hour imbalance to the left. We did start to retrace after fulfilling that literally over here, right? Fill that imbalance completely, then rejected. Honestly, this lower POI does make the most sense. This looks like all just liquidity because there's no real institutional candle here. There's no real imbalance. I mean, granted, there was an imbalance in the original play, but price already came fulfilled that, ran back up, then continued lower. So this to me was already mitigated in theory. 3 hour, 1 hour. Let's see what y'all saying in the chat. Go over EU accumulations as we speak. What do you mean? I got you. Yeah, this doesn't look too high probable. I do like this area down here still for NU just because, right? Swept here, tapped into imbalance here, low, high, right? Low or high, higher, high. They continue above. Still an imbalance that needs to be fulfilled. Granted, this imbalance needs to be fulfilled, but on a higher time frame, right? It just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem too high probable. So I do think we could sweep a little lower into NASDAQ, right? or NU playing into the 61-180 level around there. I think that'll be the most sense. That'd be fire. 1 minute order flow on EU accumulation. We're at go over EU accumulation as we speak. 1 minute order flow. Where? RJ, mute yourself, bro. Where? What are you talking about? Like down here?
Nah, right where price is right now.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, so what? You think it could accumulate here?
I mean, I think it would run up a little bit.
Oh, like a reaction kind of scenario.
Yeah.
Let's see, because over here, right? So high, low, lower low, breaks above, comes back, mitigates, runs up, comes back, but this
Building
is,
an imbalance.
yeah, that is all screaming, you know. So right here's the imbalance and everything, right? The last institutional candle before we broke above. So yes, price should then play into here. Now, if we look at this though, that would be a buying climax. This would be, I don't know. She just looks like she want to drop to me because like we could have the low here, high, but if we look how we came into here, right? High, low, whatever. High, low, comes back, high, mitigates, runs back, higher, low, whatever, choppy, breaks below, still respect here, right? We're literally just playing to me within this range. Like price really hasn't shown, granted, yeah, we do show like low, higher, low, still a higher low, you know? Like I do see we are a whole bunch of higher lows right now, but it's not really going anywhere, right? After it creates that higher low, you know? Like kind of do have this that would, you could argue that we either left it as liquidity or like also faintly did tag above, you know, but then we swept this internal equal, like, I don't know, it's just consolidating to me more than actually accumulating. Granted, I see now here, right? Low, high, comes back, taps into imbalance, higher low. Now we can start breaking both to the upside. There's not like the most cleanest, you know. Something I am looking at for gold. Oh, God bless. RJ, speak up. That looks accumulation. See ranging. God bless with gold. I don't know how to play gold. You're taking my lunch money, but we'll look at it. So yeah, no, RJ. I mean, I do see what you're talking about when you're just creating higher lows. But until it breaks some kind of, you know, that level either up top or below, which I do think is more likely below, just because we have, you know, this looks like liquidity here, and then right preferred target. But again, I could be wrong. I could be absolutely completely wrong. But yeah, no, bro. I don't know. I would wait a little bit personally. To break above here. But hopefully like something cleaner. The 5 minute. Maybe like break above, lose an imbalance, taps back in. That'd be sexy. But we'll see. So potential EU accumulations here, right? Let's check out our brother Leon's gold. Asian session is a no-no for me anyways. No facts. Check out brother Leon's gold setup. Oh, cool. When it has some equal highs. Oh, I see what you're saying. Up here, some wiki Wyckoff, same climax they are. Yeah. Fundamentally, well, could we argue? Well, no, I wouldn't need to see it break above. But what time frame is this, bro? I can't see. I'm gonna assume it's like, no, I can't tell. Selling climax ARST because we did create that higher low. So this liquidity here would be our SAL B. That does still make sense. Price came below lower, setting up an ST and B. So yeah, we very well could be right. Liquidity is 1 and 2 below here. So I love that because we could very well be setting up price where your liquidity is 1 and 2 below, right? So we go from a low to a low to a lower low. Then that tag out, right? That spring could be what goes ahead, grabs liquidities 1 and 2 before now going back to the upside,
taking out some kind of equal highs here, filling some kind of imbalance here, running again some more liquidity, Now, granted, this is gonna we're gonna have to wait a little bit, probably, because this looks like a very higher time frame. That was marked up on the 4 hour, yeah, right. So that's gonna take a little bit, because if every individual candle is 4 hours, and this overall accumulation Wyckoff schematic is gonna take quite a bit. But now it's really cool because understanding where you are within a Wyckoff schematic is fire, because if you look here, selling climax into an AR into an ST, what has happened is a low into a high into a higher low. So if you understood that you were within the ST of the schematic, then you could very well, right, higher low, mitigates here, shoot for an easy quick 3-to-1 to tap or fulfill this imbalance. What happens? Selling climax AR, ST, higher low. Now, granted, we could have broken above. Market obviously didn't with the gold schematic. But what it did do is it did go in and start playing into the imbalance, didn't fulfill all the way. Market, remember, we don't know what market will ever do. We just understand the probabilities of what market could go and do from there. So maybe, you're aimed for all the way up here. If you were taking this hypothetical higher low ST for entry for a buy, either way, you still broken out, got taken out of break even. If you should at this point after that buy, maybe you got secure some partials and then got trailed out. Doesn't matter. The beauty is you're still able to make money on a theoretical, right, counter trend trade, because if this is a buying schematic, we're not buying to over here, right? So even though you were wrong, you still made money, which is phenomenal, right? That's the whole point to this. So cool. Appreciate you, bro, for sharing that. Definitely do think we could play a higher time frame, more longevity, Wyckoff schematic. That would make a lot of sense. Appreciate you, bro. That was fire. So any of you, I ran over that. Yeah, see. We'll give you more time. GU. What's she gonna do here? Yeah, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for staying tuned in, because we are at about 11:49 on the East Coast. So we will wrap this call up soon. I promise you I want to get some few more plays, so we can go ahead and pay for rent, right? Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for everything going over. Yeah, I appreciate you. Locked in. Appreciate you, Jay. So cool. GU, right, did a very simple, right, sweep of liquidity, did create above. So now where can we go? As we understand, as above, so below. Price will go ahead, start to distribute, and I would love to see it come into, at minimum, this daily candle. So let's go ahead, and what is price showing us? 12-hour, 8-hour. 8-hour is something sexy, right? Imbalance institutional candle. We go getting right. Higher time frame, still have room to drop into there. 4-hour still sexy. So this is looking like an overall range rather than a specific candle kind of target. And yeah, that it just gets uglier the lower we go. So cool, right? 4-hour. I would love to see price come into the 4-hour GU candle, right? Even especially to keep refining it even more, this 4-hour imbalance here, right? Continue to see GU distribute before building up price and then getting us right back to the upside. That could be a very high probable. Now, how do we get there is this distribution here, funny enough. And I do like this candle here, right? Mainly because you kind of see on higher time frames, right? Low, high, price breaks below structure, right? Giving us a downtrend, right? Price comes back up, starts to mitigate, bit of an imbalance, comes lower, comes back, mitigates. I'm actually going to go on a smaller time frame, but price does come up, sweeping internal liquidity and then breaking lower, looking like it does want to start breaking below this low. And also we can start aiming for some kind of trend line liquidity along the way, right? Smaller time frames. All right, there's that break. Yeah. So price comes down, breaks the structure, runs back, mitigates this imbalance, almost touching that institutional candle, runs back, straight liquidity, right? Build up, consolidation, I assume during Asian range, right? What do we do? Price does break above, higher high, higher low, or lower high, breaks below, right? We do have a bit of an imbalance here, probably on 30-minute. Oh, there it is, bro. You just know sometimes. Right, so we could very easily play into here for London. Respect the high, play into that inbound. Yeah, I do like this for continued GU sells. Entry could be around here. Stop loss just being at that high. Now, granted, I could be completely wrong. I am liquidity a lot during London. That's why I don't trade it. But this understanding order flow, this could very well just play out, right into that higher time frame 4 hour here, right? And we could just go ahead, grab our money, and go. So cool. GU. Do I see continued sells on that? Hopefully, based off of this area. I'm actually gonna set an alert. Cool, right? Hold on. Cool. AU, let's grow. Yeah, she did not hit me. Let's see what happened here. So price did same thing with LMAO. Sorry. So same thing with GU literally, right? Swept above daily highs. Looked like we started to drop from there, like reject. Still like to, I mean, if you've been looking at AU all week, literally it's just been running up and up and up. So I don't know if this is the point of reversal that we can go ahead and like start retracing into all this, because I want to see this when this POY broken first, right? Here's this is a point that swept a lot of internal, started creating higher movement to the upside structure. And yeah, no, it just makes a lot of sense. Let's go lower. Right. And good thing we were patient, because people who probably try to buy limits off of here got swept off of news. Price comes back up. It does look like it wants to go lower into here still. So I'm waiting on this. I just don't know from where. Maybe not. Honestly, AU does its own thing sometimes, so I don't trade it too much. But like literally, if you look at it, low, high, low, question mark, low, high, internal. Yeah, internal lows, breaks above the high, price comes out, tags it out, roads back up, fulfills this imbalance, comes down, drops again, but respects, and now it looks like it just wants to come higher. So maybe it could come into, honestly, maybe it could come into here before continuing lower, but honestly, AU does its own thing, and that same time on this time frame, we do look like we have equal highs as well. So honestly, I'm just gonna ignore AU altogether, right? If it goes our direction, cool. If it doesn't, oh well, we can care less. I put the lot size next to my markups too. Honestly, it just makes, sometimes I make my alerts the markups. Just makes it a lot easier. Or not the markup, my alerts the lot size. Cool. What happened here? 30. Honestly, I don't really play it. I haven't played 30 in so long. Same thing, swept above. There's above, so below, so we go lower now. Where? I don't know. No, this got mitigated, so I wanted to go lower. This imbalance got tapped into, so I wanted to go lower. I don't think 30 is ready to drop all the way into like low lows. But we could, right? Maybe here. Honestly, I don't know. I guess taps into imbalance, then we start. Anybody have markups for U30? I know Pluto. I'm getting that feeling too, bro. I just don't know from where. Like I mean, news came in. Tap something in here. And sweep. I guess you could argue. Low, high, low. Swept this last low. Then came above. Yeah, swept above the low, ran back high, mitigates, comes back, retraces, mitigates here. So low, higher low, or higher high, higher low, and then we could just start to go back up. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah. Yeah, like I don't know. I think indices are just going back up now. Yeah, U30. No play. Where we accumulated in that news, yeah, we did very much accumulate within that news. Literally, that would be perfect. So if you got a trade in there, GG's, Kev, you probably got a play. Yo, Kev does not miss a play. Like it could be on a red Euro CHF, and he'll still be like, "Yo, I bought it." And we're like, "Bro, we didn't even know you checked that pair." Sun climax AR ST range, or Sal B, ST and B. Honestly, all right, cool. But look at this, family, right? If you were playing this news, what you can argue here is a low into a high, into a higher low, right? Comes down a little lower here. Notice how there was no real imbalance. Sorry, you could argue here, but I don't know. It wasn't institutional candle imbalance, right? It didn't break any structures. Here, high, low, high does not break a structure, right? It needs to break this high here. Come back after leaving an imbalance, comes back, plays the candle, runs back up, right? Still need to break that high, comes back, tests again, breaks above, comes back into our last order flow candle. So this would probably have been my shot if I were to play this. Below the low, wherever, right? And then does price respect it from there? Yeah, right, to wherever TP would have been. So that's actually really good. A little complicated, a little bit more. You have to train just like what you want to look for in accumulation, but that's actually a pretty fire accumulation right there. Have a go crazy. No, that is. I have a markup for SPX. Yo, Leon, share it, bro. Share it, yo. Keep those markups coming. I love it. Hey, I'm about to get you on money high soon enough. Keep you a student, bro. Keep being locked in. Cool. So yeah, NAS I do eventually want it to go up or keep going up. I just don't have an entry for it. Honestly, New York will probably give us a little something. NAS, honestly, just buy NAS. Like literally just buy NAS until we break something on the daily. Like just buy NAS, bro. Just do yourself a favor and buy her. This is a huge institutional wicking candle. That is so ugly. If we can come down into here, this would be so dope. That would be so dope. We can come into that institutional candle, right? Respect that stop loss. I think that'll be so far. Maybe London will start dropping us into here. But honestly, like just buy NAS. I don't know from where exactly. C says FOMO, y'all. No, that ass. And make sure you like just leverage your entire account on the trade. Like there's no proper risk. Do you want to get funded or not? Just, no, please don't do that. So yeah, NAS will be really dope if we come into here. Pretty much again, just respecting higher time frame order flow. I know we did come mitigate this 5 minute down here. So yeah, this will make a lot of sense for NAS to come back, fulfill this imbalance, really sweeping these equal lows as well with these wicks, coming into this imbalance more before breaking above, because it looks like there's liquidity on top too that can be broken, and then just massive targets over here, so cool. Buys on NAS still, just buy her. Do yourself that favor. I have the 15-minute institutional marked up too. Probably will miss it during London. That's all right. Here's the thing. You just have to set an alert on TradingView and make the alarm so annoying that you have to, like, you're just going to wake up. No, don't do that. I did that for a little bit. It was not healthy. I ended up throwing my phone more than I actually traded. And SPX. Oh, wait, let me go over your markup, bro. Sorry, I was reading RJ's comment. Time frame on the 4 hour. I like it. This man respects 4 hour POIs. Cool. Definitely do see this lower. Now, do I think we can come into it this week? Maybe not, just because that is a drastic drop. Now, you guys really have to remember when it comes to indices, it is not so much of understanding, okay, well, imbalance here, institutional candle here, People literally are told since beginning of time or since beginning they start getting money. What do? You work hard, you save your money, and then you invest it. Okay, well, where do you invest it? What's the number one thing people tell you to put your money into? The S&P 500, right? Why? Because it is a massive index that has a lot of companies, right? It's a safe investment. So people typically large, large bankers, large hedge fund managers, those people who just don't mind buying and holding forever, they're going to put a majority of their money, right? 401ks, Roth IRAs, all that. They're very leveraged off of indexes themselves, right? In the US stock market. So for indices to drastically drop from around, or for SPX to drastically drop from 4,300 all the way to 4,200, right? Being about a $200 loss. That's pretty big news, right? Like even the news that we got today only caused a little bit of a wick around the 4 hour time. Like it didn't cause a drastic $200 drop, which, now leverage that for every share that these, literal people who are working on Wall Street have, it just makes it a little hard for it to go down here. So definitely this one could be more respectable, but at the same time, we've been waiting for this to be mitigated since, I don't know when the date was. It looks like around June. Probably I'll go with 10th, right? June 10th. Right, we're a week out, right? So maybe price won't drop all the way that low. I'm curious to see what we can see here, bro. Real estate people, no right facts. I see what you're saying. Appreciate you, bro. So just always start from the daily. And damn, SPX jumping out the gym too. There is an imbalance here we are playing and fulfilling into weekly wick that mitigated here. So I'm curious on that wick. Where can we keep going to within here? Cool. Daily imbalance. We like her. It's cool. So we got two areas to play into. Right, daily imbalance that we're actually about to start playing into, but I do kind of want to see her keep going. Oh, we did tap. We did tap. 1 second. Get rid of that. Cool. But also, I would love to see us play into that daily institutional candle as well, right? Cool. Let's see what's happening here. Just missed that imbalance, so I still think higher run up is more probable as of right now. Right, low, tapped into this imbalance, ran up higher, price comes back, mitigates into this candle for whatever reason, and then ran back up. Might go back lower. I don't know. Let's keep doing top down analysis. That's literally the key. Pluto, since interest rates are on pause for now. Honestly, bro, if you could break that down, I have no idea what interest rates or any of that means. I just look at charts. Like I generally don't even know how to read Forex Factory News. Oh, look at that. Cool. Okay, mitigated the 3-hour institutional candle. Right. So from here, we should have signs of price getting ready to go to the upside. LMAO. Oh, wait a damn minute. What is a reaccumulation schematic? Because we do see this, but I don't think it's gonna stick, right? Like a buying climax into an AR. This liquidity, now we'll argue that that's the ST. This is the UT. This is our creek down that we could probably break above our shit. Right. UT creek. Bro, someone get this away from me. So this would be the shakeout. Cool. Why? We look. Let me pull up this picture actually. Documents, not money heist. 1 second, family. Like off reaccumulation. Cool. Right. If you see here, a reaccumulation schematic could be played out starting off as a selling wake off, but really just building up liquidity for the upside, which I do think we did here because we do see price start to build up, right? Order flow to the downside, but all that downside order flow did was come to mitigate the true upside order flow, right? Price comes in, mitigates that 3-hour POI, runs above, high, low, breaker structure to the high, comes back, taps into the imbalance, almost plays the candle, runs back above. Now we're coming back playing into this candle again. So I do think we are going to start going up really well. Yeah, played into right here. Tap once, tap twice, and now gone. So yeah, I do think indices are going to buy up, start sweeping all this trend line liquidity down. Really just re-entry for SPX and NAS already played out during Asian. There's no real entries now. I will say wait for buys for all indices tomorrow during New York. But other than that, that's all I really have. Those are all the pairs that I just look to trade or will look at. And then from there, right, if it hits an area, cool. If it doesn't, see, look at RJ. We still just ranging. Like, bro, at that point, ignore you. That's all I really have, family. And you think it was lower, right? Yeah, this lower area. Definitely think we could hit there. GU do like that sells. Hopefully it hits, hits there, then drops. Maybe if y'all trade London, you can go ahead and play that. AU. I don't think I had anything for AU. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore this markup I have. Yeah. So buys on indices, sell to buys eventually on XXX USD pairs. Family. Let me go ahead and read some of the comments. I remember when you dropped a 260 law on S&P that, I mean, yes, but at the same time, you got to remember FTMO is the same as MFF. So 1.0 lot size is literally just $1, like it's all just based off percentages, bro. Don't get too hung up in the lot size. Like it's all just percentages, right? Certain percent risk, just lower time frame entries, like you're good. It will come, I promise you, bro. Congrats again, C's. I appreciate you, Kev. Yo, appreciate every single one of y'all for saying tuned in, tapped in. It is midnight 07, and that is really crazy. Infinite gratitude here. I appreciate you. Yo, family, if y'all had fun, if y'all really just love these calls and want to keep them going, right? Don't be afraid to just tell people about these calls. Let's go ahead. And if you guys don't want a special guest, don't be afraid to DM me on IG, right? I promise you, I don't bark, I don't bite, right? Real friendly. Now I love doing these because you guys really just make me push and become a better, I guess, trader for real. I know for real, C's, congrats, bro. Nah, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the call, y'all. I appreciate you, bro. And Kenny, yo, keep going, bro. I see you in the chat just really going at it. Thank you for the value. I appreciate you, family. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get this call wrapped up and let you guys go ahead and get on with your nights. I know y'all got places to be, people to see, and things to do. So, family, as always, stay patient, stay disciplined, and the gains will come. Have a great day, everybody.